Hello, Fame MC. I am here with Leslie. She's an interior designer, and she's going to give us some tips on designing on a budget. Leslie, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much for interviewing me. I appreciate it.
You're certainly welcome. Now, we are wanting to know some designing tips on a budget.
Very familiar with that.
Yes.
Lived most of my life on a budget.
I am certainly on a very tight budget now, so I can certainly agree with that.
Yes.
What are some tips that you can give designing on a I won't say a really tight budget, but on a budget in general?
Okay. Well, the first thing is you got to go to Salvation Army. Salvation Army or any kind of resale junk store. That's my favorite place to shop. And quite honestly, I use it all the time in it doesn't matter what level my client is on as far as the financial realm goes. I go to these resale stores, these vintage stores. If it has good bones, if the piece has good bones, take it and redo it. It's actually not that difficult to do. Like, I think a lot of people are, like, for instance, this table. If they saw this table and it was in a mustard, a yellow, or a weird green color, they would look at it and think, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. A
little elbow grease, it's easy to refinish furniture. And my recommendation actually on refinishing furniture, I've been through all of it. I've done the minerals, the epoxy peel off, the mineral spirits, all the things to strip it. You've got tons of products out there. It kills a lot of brain cells. I am the living proof of that.
All right.
Very dingy blonde, okay, most of the time. And that's a really difficult process. What I now am doing, they make sanders that remove paint and remove finishes. That's what they're made for, is to actually take off the finish that's on there. It takes actually less time and it's less messy. Sand it all the way down and then go back in and whitewash it or whatever stain you want to put on it. Just do it yourself.
What would be another designing on a budget tip that comes to mind?
Okay, so again, really it's about going to these junk stores or even trash finds. Like, I hate to say it, but I've got some great pieces out of the trash. That's my favorite
So
thing.
don't be afraid to dig in the trash.
That's right. You're driving in neighborhoods. Like, I drove in this, and it was in it wasn't even a good neighborhood. Okay. This chair was, it's actually on my site, it's on the website.
Really?
It was a velvet green, it was missing a leg, it was falling apart, and it was sitting in the trash. And I loaded that right up in my truck. I went and got me some fabric, I got a leg. You can go to these upholstery shops and fabric stores where they sell the legs. I put on new legs, and then I took it to my upholstery person, had it redone, and it's in my house now. Had it studded out.
Wow.
Another thing is at junk stores, you can find things like bicycle chains. So, me and my son, I have 4 kiddos, okay? And we went to this junk store, and there's like all these fantastic things in this junk store. These big gigantic anchors that are beautiful, with big heavy ropes and really cool stuff. And the guy, I was buying a bunch of stuff, wood floor for my house. And so he was like being nice. He's like, well, you know what, son? You can take anything in here. You just grab something from this little area right here. I'm like, pick the anchor, pick the anchor.
Yeah.
My son picks the bicycle chain, okay? I'm like, oh my God. I told him, I went back to him, like, ask him for the anchor. And so he went back and asked the guy. The guy was like, no, I don't think we can do the anchor. But the bicycle chain, you can have that bicycle chain. So anyway, came home with a bicycle chain. What are you going to do with that? So I came up with an idea, and they make these. You can sell them. You can buy them at Walmart or bike stores or wherever. It's a thing to make your bike chains come apart. Okay, so you can have these individually. You see how this is actually apart?
Wow.
This right here, you hot glue it on. You can take you see this piece right here, this little hole right here? You can take out the little thing that keeps the bicycle chain together and make them into strips. And then hot glue it to a box from Joann's, and you have a neat decorative piece.
That is so cute.
That you and your little kiddos can do together.
So you kind of have to have an imagination too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Look at everything from an
I
artistic.
would have came up with this.
Putting
That's
bicycle
awesome.
chains on it. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And we have this at our home, and we keep our remote controls in them. So yeah. Things like that. Over my breakfast table.
Literally just looking for stuff, I guess just anywhere.
Yeah,
and
anywhere.
Creating it in your mind.
Yeah. This is the thing. I always joke that I don't really have an original bone in my body. I'll have some, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm all into borrowed ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get inspiration from others. So if I see something in a magazine or something in a movie that I really like, I'll rewind it and take a picture of the screen. And then keep that with me. And then when I'm out shopping, I'm looking for something that I can recreate that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
How can I do that without spending a ton of money?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you really have to use your imagination, but borrowing ideas from others is totally okay.
Right.
Totally
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
right?
We all
it's
do
all
it.
recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah. So that's